The Kardashians, James Charles, Veronica Shaw, Mr. Beast, KSI, Logan Paul, Jake Paul. What do these influencers have in common? They're out here creating products that are designed for one purpose: their own profit. It's not about making something that improves your life or gives you real value. It's about cashing in while the hype is hot, at the expense of your health.
Y'all really need to stop buying these pink sauce from that girl on TikTok. Look where I ended up.
That is a ton of mold. This is really dangerous.
The disturbing part? Some of these people are targeting literal children. Let's go through the list of the greediest influencers who might be doing more damage than good. The first influencer product in question is Kourtney Kardashian's vitamin and supplement brand, Lemme. And if history tells us anything, the Kardashians are not new to the world of business or controversy.
The reality star faced backlash after announcing her latest Skims collection.
Many accuse her of being tone-deaf and cultural appropriation.
And it sucks to see irreversible damage done to an iconic piece of fashion history because Kim is unoriginal and Ripley's wanted press.
But very few of their business ventures have faced as much heat as Kourtney's brand, Lemme. So, what exactly is Lemme? The official website describes the products as new science-backed delicious gummy vitamins for hair, skin, nails, weight loss, and more. Yes, whether you need to sleep, de-bloat, fight cellulite, or improve your freshness down there, Lemme has a pill for that. The brand was launched in September 2022, and Kourtney says that one of the primary inspirations came from her discovering the lack of quality ingredients in existing supplements.
Artificial flavors and
Corn
color.
syrup.
Corn syrup.
I feel like we're helping people that don't take supplements or know about supplements maybe start to come into that world.
And the brand has been a marketing success, at least in terms of popularity, with a 25% month-over-month growth since its launch. Much of its success can be attributed to an aggressive marketing campaign, including Kourtney personally visiting stores to advertise the products.
Attention, Target shoppers. Lemme is available in stores nationwide.
And collaborations with social media influencers. But of course, for anyone considering the splurge, the obvious question becomes, is Lemme worth the hype? While some appreciate the clean ingredients and others have claimed it helped reduce bloating, improve quality of sleep, and promote hair growth, there are some who have raised serious concerns. A botanical medicine expert from Be Better Company exposed shocking details about the brand.
For those of you that can't see, it's essentially the same size as a Skittle. So for me, this was a red flag because I know, as somebody that literally has done manufacturing for these types of supplements before, there's only so much room where you can fit in these medicinal ingredients because the vast majority of these gummies need to be other things. They need to be natural flavors, sometimes gelatin and sugar and all these different things, which is typically why high-end, high-quality supplements are in capsules.
The expert also found out Lemme uses proprietary blend, which is when companies disclose the quantity of all the ingredients added together in their product and don't specify how much of each ingredient is in it. He suggested that no reputable supplement brand would use proprietary blends, as they can be misleading and even unethical. But did Lemme care about being ethical? After all, according to the TikToker, the brand was selling gummies that didn't contain enough active ingredients to even be effective.
And I have Lemme Chill here. So in total, that's 15 milligrams. For those of you that don't know, 15 milligrams is an absolutely negligent amount of botanicals that will have absolutely no effect on you whatsoever. It's BS. I'm sorry. In this one, you're also selling coenzyme Q10. It's 20 milligrams. If you look up the therapeutic dosing of coenzyme Q10, it's 200, 500, 1,000 milligrams that you need to buy if you actually want an effect. These are not therapeutic doses. This is glorified, overpriced candy.
Now, if you're tired of underwhelming promises like these, how about an experience that's 100% rewarding? You've got to check out today's sponsor, Midas Merge, a mobile game with almost 5-star ratings. The gameplay is irresistibly fun. We were drawn in by the beautiful landscapes and the cutest creatures. The best part? You get to nurture them by hatching and evolving, simply by merging items. My absolute favorite is the Cappy Bird. which transforms from this cute little baby into this stunning level 3 creature. Midas Merge is completely free to download, ad-free, and perfect for offline play. Whether you're on break at work or relaxing at home, the fun is always at your fingertips. And the storyline? It's like living a magical fairy tale. You'll team up with King Midas and Queen Leah to save the Gardens of Gold, a once thriving paradise now overtaken by Nyx, the goddess of night. Unravel Nyx's mystery as you merge sunbursts to brighten the garden and free its adorable creatures. Plus, this December, the Winter Garden Extravaganza is here. From December 5th to December 29th, you can earn festive creatures like the winter reindeer and the super rare polar bear. Unlock special prize boxes to enhance your main garden with holiday spirit this season. So, heal the garden and befriend the garden animals by downloading Midas Merge now, and be among the first 100 people to use our link or QR code to claim a personalized winter reindeer level 1 with our name. Join the adventure and add this adorable friend to your garden. Now, if you're still thinking about trying Lemme gummies, just wait until you hear the underwhelming reviews. I have struggled with sleep for a year and bought Lemme Sleep and literally nothing. I have Lemme Chill and Lemme Matcha. Haven't noticed a difference with either. One person even alleged Lemme had shady business practices. I tried Lemme Sleep. I even gave it multiple chances. It didn't work. I left an honest review on Amazon and they removed it. However, it wasn't until February 2023 that the brand came under intense scrutiny with the introduction of Lemme Purr. This new product, marketed as a vaginal health gummy, claimed to blend real pineapple and vitamin C with SNZ 1969 probiotics to promote vaginal microbiome health and pH balance to improve odor and freshness. However, shortly after its release, Lemme Purr faced backlash from health experts who argued that it was both ineffective and unnecessary. Maddie Dan, a 30-year-old A&E doctor and internet personality, told BBC, "While they make strong arguments with all these buzzwords, in a healthy person, probiotics and supplements aren't always recommended unless there's a confirmed deficiency in whatever you're supplementing. And what this product suggests is that every woman needs to have the same tasting, the same smelling vagina or discharge, and that's just not realistic." Dr. Hazel Wallace on TikTok shared a similar opinion and argued that the product wasn't just unneeded, it was potentially harmful.
Let me reassure you that your vagina does not need a supplement to make it taste or smell better. Your vagina is very good at looking after itself, and actually putting things up there could disrupt the natural pH and microbiome. Also isn't enough evidence for vaginal probiotics, and introducing the wrong strain could do more harm than good.
Dietitian Katie Davidson, who goes by Taste of Nutrition on TikTok, criticized Lemme Purr for using ineffective doses of ingredients and relying on old myths to market the product.
To date, there's very little evidence that has actually shown that Bacillus coagulans helps with vaginal health. There have been a few very small studies that say it may help with vaginitis. However, there is no data to suggest that it helps with odor or perceived freshness. When it comes to pineapple, that's an old wives' tale. There's not really any research that says pineapple is going to help with taste, odor, freshness, you name it.
These expert statements were also followed by negative consumer reviews.
I haven't tried any other Lemme gummies besides these, but I'm just gonna tell you right now, these are a scam. These were like $43. Not cheap at all. If you want your kitty to smell good and taste good, I don't really know if these are gonna do anything for you.
But perhaps the biggest backlash faced by Lemme and Kourtney Kardashian came from accusations of profiting off women's insecurities. This sentiment was shared by Dr. Jen Gunter, a gynecologist who called out Kourtney on Instagram. "Anyone who suggests that your vagina isn't fresh or needs an improved taste is a misogynist and awful person. And yes, that includes you, Kourtney, and your Lemme grift." As a result of the rising backlash, Zimmerman Reed, a class action litigation firm, opened an investigation into Lemme in August 2024 and filed a class action lawsuit over Lemme allegedly violating consumers' rights through deceptive advertising. The case review form referenced a 2023 report from Women's Health magazine, according to which Lemme D-Bloat contains 3 grams of sugar per serving, which can actually contribute to bloating. Lemme Matcha, meanwhile, only includes 100 milligrams of matcha, which is far below the recommended 2,000 milligrams for noticeable benefits. However, the ongoing investigation and lawsuit didn't stop Lemme from finding a way to cash in on the current Ozempic hype. Recently, the brand launched Lemme GLP-1 Daily, a supplement named after the same hormone Ozempic mimics, and described by Lemmy's website as the unhunger hormone, ultimately designed to reduce hunger and cravings and support fat reduction. However, people weren't happy with the marketing, which only states in the fine print that it does not contain synthetic GLP-1.
So first of all, it's false marketing. This product does not have the hormone GLP-1 in it, or a drug like Ozempic, a GLP-1 agonist in it.
Instead, the product is supposed to naturally boost GLP-1 levels due to 3 key fruit extracts.
What our Lemme GLP-1 extract is simply fruit botanicals. A lemon fruit extract, a saffron extract, and a red orange extract. That's all it is.
Which separately have science-backed results. But experts point out that studies only test individual ingredients, not the full supplement itself. So let's just say they're not exactly rock solid. Theoretically, if Kourtney's team wanted to run studies on the full supplement, it could cost anywhere between $500,000 to $5 million, depending on sample size and trial complexity. But someone as rich as the Kardashians should surely be able to afford clinical testing, right? So why skimp out? Especially if it means ensuring the safety and committed results of consumers. Well, it's possible she just doesn't care or wants profit quickly. It's also worth noting that almost the fine print at the bottom of the page, which reveals the product is not FDA approved. As experts interviewed by the New York Times cautioned, no FDA approval means there's no evidence this supplement is safe, effective, or even contains the ingredients it advertises. What's worse is, the product can even be FDA approved. Yes, there is no FDA approval required for weight loss supplements that do not contain active ingredients classified as a drug. Instead, the manufacturers are responsible for ensuring the product is safe, which means as consumers, we're blindly trusting this is the case. Still, claims like reduces weight must be backed by evidence, even if not FDA approved, since violations can lead to FDA warnings, recalls, or fines. We have yet to see any news like this, but only time will tell. However, this is far from the only influencer brand that's betrayed the trust of their loyal following. The second influencer product in question is makeup guru and influencer James Charles's most recent venture, Painted. James is also no stranger to controversy, almost losing his career to allegations of predatory behavior. Yes, keyword, almost. Despite his questionable and potentially criminal behavior online, James Charles is still influencing fans with over 23 million followers. So how could one of the biggest social media personalities fumble the one thing he was supposed to know inside and out, makeup? With OG status creating content since 2015 and the release of a successful makeup palette in 2018, fans were excited for the launch of James's latest makeup brand. By July 2023, James revealed his journey with his brand, Painted.
4 years of blood, sweat, tears have gone into this brand. With there being so many brands out there, the artist in me really wanted to create something unique and special and not just slap my name on something. So I finally realized that I wanted to release a makeup line with multi-use products right off the bat that artists of all different skill levels could use, and thus Create Paints were born.
The excitement surrounding Painted was undeniable. But with so many influencer-endorsed beauty brands launching and failing, it was hard for the internet not to wonder, would Painted live up to the hype? Well, that all depended on how much customers were willing to pay to find out. See, the product line launched with a $15 price tag for every paint tube. But the entire paint set, along with the painted sponge, the painted detail brush set, and the painted mixing palette, ended up costing roughly $185, a price tag that shocked fans.
Also, that's wild pricing for James Charles. Like, again, peace and love, but you're just starting this. You're a beauty YouTuber. You could know a thing or two, but charging that much as if you're a luxury brand is just the audacity.
Beyond the cost, the rollout wasn't exactly smooth. A number of customers reported delayed shipping, with some waiting weeks without updates or deliveries.
The initial launch, which was August 7th, is when I placed my order. I'm an Ulta employee. I went on my break and I paid my $85 out of my own pocket, and I don't come from money. So we wait. It's now August 27th. Sorry, 25th. But girl, where's the product?
Have received the runaround asking where our products are from launch day. I wanted it for a magazine photo shoot that has now passed. Here we are into the next week and still nothing. Not even a tracking number, as it still says order placed. But yet posting influencers who receive free products all while we wait is just bad business. Scammer vibes. I think, as someone who ordered on launch, waiting 17 days now for an order to ship, then receiving a generic email saying it would ship early this week and it still hasn't is absolutely crazy. Horrible first launch. Regret purchase, honestly. And when their products did finally arrive, many customers were disappointed to find items broken or with an unusual texture on the surface.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
To me, even I get that you're justifying that it's condensation that's causing that because of the flap, but the other guys who have the similar component, I don't see their stuff doing this. And as a consumer, if I bought a palette and it looked like that, I don't want it. That's gross. I want a clean product.
But it wasn't just the quality of the makeup purchasers had to worry about. It was the risk. See, it turned out that certain pigments used in James's products were not FDA approved and could potentially pose serious harm.
The FDA is not really strict when it comes to this sort of thing, except when it comes to these two colors that James is using, Red 28 and Red 36. And the FDA notes that you need to tell buyers it's not intended for eye use. And if the FDA does approve those two colors, they have to tell the buyer that it is FDA approved. None of his paints say they are. You cannot promote it for eye use. He promotes them mainly for the eye.
Kevin James Bennett, renowned brand consultant and cosmetic developer, was the first person to expose this information after posting to Instagram. Does James Charles have a few million lying around that he doesn't need? Because the FDA is not going to be pleased with his painted bullshit. Huda Beauty paid nearly $2 million to settle a 2-year class action lawsuit by consumers over her brand using illegal colorants in its Neon Obsessions palettes. There's no disclaimer on the painted website to alert consumers that these colors are not safe to use around the eye. Instead, they feature 2 images of the unapproved colorants around the eye. I'll be filing a complaint with the FDA. Kevin also claimed to know Painted's manufacturer, which he alleged had a history of quality control issues, product contamination, and multiple lawsuits. He also shared a TikTok James Charles posted while at the lab, and zoomed into the lab coats, revealing the manufacturer as Prisha Cosmetics. With such severe backlash, did James make any changes? Well, it's now 2024, and we checked the Painted website, and lo and behold, the paints and colors Pinky Promise and Flaming still contain Red 28 and 36. Both tubes are available for purchase, and the images still show the paints used on the eye area. As for the condensation on the products, TikToks about it were as recent as September 2024, which James claims is safe to use if you wipe it, and offered to send the concerned buyer a new one. But surely there's no going lower than selling your fans a product that poses a health risk, right? Well, our next influencer might just have James beat after she created a product that sent consumers straight to the hospital. Introducing the third influencer product, Pink Sauce. TikToker Veronica Shaw, also known as Chef P, became an internet sensation in 2022 for her homemade creation. It all began on June 11th, 2022, when she posted a video of her dipping chicken wings in a very unusual looking pink sauce, sparking intrigue amongst viewers. Chef P continued posting videos of this strange pink sauce with no context. People were curious about the ingredients she used and what it tasted like. A few days later, the creator posted a video of her friend testing the sauce and describing the taste.
It is sweet, savory, seasoned really well. I love it.
Chef P kept the momentum going, sharing videos of friends trying the sauce and giving rave reviews.
Excellent, girl. This is definitely a 10 out of 10.
These teaser videos helped Chef P's popularity soar, and soon she began posting clips of the sauce being bottled, hinting that it would be available for purchase soon. But everyone still had one big question. what was the sauce made of? While Chef P addressed the comments, that didn't mean she answered them.
So it is 100% naturally colored with no artificial additives. And yeah, I can't tell you the ingredients that I used to make it pink, but it's pink.
Understandably, people weren't satisfied with this response. No, you kinda literally have to tell us how you made it pink. But it wasn't just Chef P's secrecy over the recipe that began to spark concern. See, viewers noticed that the sauce had changed over time. In Chef P's initial post, the pink sauce had a bold, vibrant hue. But as she continued to share more clips, the color noticeably lightened, and the sauce's consistency also shifted. What started as a thick, creamy sauce gradually became thinner and more runny in the later videos, raising even more questions about the quality and stability of the product. However, these concerns didn't stop Chef P from announcing the pre-sale for the pink sauce on June 25th, 2022, and within only 3 days, her entire stock was sold out.
The pink sauce so...
Chef P did eventually reveal the ingredient list, which included dragon fruit, sunflower seed oil, honey, chili, and garlic. However, the company's website provided a more detailed list that, in addition to the 5 ingredients, also contained water, distilled vinegar, garlic, pink Himalayan salt, dried spices, lemon juice, milk, and citric acid. This only raised new worries. With milk listed as an ingredient, consumers quickly questioned how Chef P planned to make the sauce shelf-stable. It's being shipped across the world in 100-degree weather? It would need to be vacuum-sealed and in sterilized containers. Serious oversight required for that. She would either need certification or contract manufacturing. Can't do that in your kitchen. After the customers received their shipments, doubts about the product's safety and handling only heightened. The labels on the bottles had multiple errors, the first of which was a spelling mistake where vinegar was spelled as V-I-N-G-E-R. Another issue appeared in the serving size label, which claimed there were 444 servings per container. It turned out to be a typo, meant to read 444 grams. While these mistakes may seem minor to some, in the food industry, such errors can signal carelessness in the manufacturing process, raising serious doubts about the safety of the product itself. On top of that, many buyers received their packages in a state that, well, wasn't exactly appetizing.
So here's my bottle. The first thing I noticed is it's super watery, like people said it is. I'm just a little worried about it being swollen. I don't know if this is considered swollen or not, or if that's what the bottle is.
I waited this long for nothing. This is, no ma'am, we're not trying this. Look at this. It stinks like throw up. No. Not gonna work. Oh my God. Look at this. It don't even say pink sauce on this.
Though some viewers rushed to Chef P's defense, explaining it was just her first business, she's still learning, and it's not her fault. But health and food experts who understood the reason behind bloated bottles weren't so forgiving. As a food scientist and a person with general common sense, do not buy that pink sauce. People are receiving bloated bottles, meaning one of 2 things. There is a bacterial reaction occurring, gas production, and/or there are 0 preservatives. According to US Dairy, milk spoils rapidly at temperatures over 40 degrees, and any products containing milk will go bad immediately within a couple of hours if exposed to temperatures above 100 degrees. This is because bacteria can grow rapidly at these temperatures, leading to spoilage and potential foodborne illness. These packages were being shipped during some of the hottest weeks of the year, and took over a week to get delivered in some cases. And with pink sauce containing milk and allegedly using no preservatives, it explained why so many bottles ended up bloating and exploding.
Okay, y'all starting to scare me now. Do you see how bloated that bottle is? There are ingredients in this sauce that should be held at a certain temperature. it should be kept cold. And due to lack of refrigeration, bacteria has built up in the package, causing the plastic to expand. Do not eat that sauce.
One of the most concerning risks of spoiled dairy products is botulism, which is a rare but serious illness caused by a toxin that attacks the body's nerves. It can cause difficulty breathing, muscle paralysis, and, in severe cases, even death.
The second this thing leaves a refrigerator, it's on a tight clock. You have maybe like 1 good hour with the pink sauce before it just turns to nuclear waste. It's just a disaster. So no doubt by the time you receive your pink sauce, the milk is already spoiled. So you're basically just buying poison.
In response to the backlash, Chef P posted a video addressing the issues, though her apology left viewers even more unsettled.
Time to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Number 1, my apologies. My apologies. My apologies. I'm only human. I'm not perfect. Another thing, we have a team. Things happen. This is a small business that is just moving really, really fast. We are working to try to get the price mark down on the pink sauce.
However, it was her closing statements that grew the greatest concern.
We are currently in lab testing. We are in lab testing currently. So once we go through lab testing, we will be able to pitch to stores to put the pink sauce in stores, and we're so excited about that.
People were disturbed to find out that she had been selling the product without proper lab testing to ensure it was safe. As one viewer put it, the fact that this woman said, "Thank you for buying our sauce," and "We're currently lab testing" in the same video is very concerning. Not long after the launch, one TikToker posted from inside a hospital, alleging, "Y'all really need to stop buying these pink sauce from that girl on TikTok. Look where I ended up." In a later post, they alleged that the sauce had caused severe food poisoning. Guys, I'm about to get discharged today. I had really bad food poisoning. It was a very liquid, yellowish type of throw up. Naturally, the public wanted answers, and TikToker Allured Beauty did just that by sending her purchase of pink sauce for lab tests. The results, however, were never made public. Instead, P got in a public feud with the TikToker on the Karamo show, where she accused her of clout chasing.
She took it as the moment to say, hey, this is my moment to become viral.
When Allured Beauty explained she was concerned about inconsistencies, such as,
when you make a USDA label, you have to put in batch numbers, because if something were to be recalled, you have to be able to trace it down to the salt and pepper that is in something.
Chef P turned the responsibility onto the customer, arguing Allured Beauty should have reached out to her.
You're like, hey girl, you know what? I see what you're doing, it's amazing and all. I'm a supporter, but I think you should look into this. Take this step. Did you research this? Did you check out your packaging there? Versus trying to tear down my business and my livelihood.
Allured Beauty, on the other hand, felt Chef P should have been the one to contact her to resolve the issue, like most businesses would do for a customer with a faulty product. Instead, P responded in a hostile way.
Why would I contact someone who's fabricating something on the internet?
But nothing was fabricated.
To be honest, you're not special.
The show received so much backlash. The episode was privated afterwards, and people called out Chef P for being hateful and vindictive and asking her to take accountability. Unsurprisingly, with mounting criticism and controversy, Chef P was forced to pull pink sauce from sales. This, however, was not the end of the condiment. To the internet's horror, the pink sauce returned, this time in partnership with one of the top sauce manufacturers, Dave's Gourmet. This time, the manufacturers assured consumers that the product was being produced under FDA guidelines in an SQF-certified facility, making it shelf-stable. As a result of this collaboration, Chef P successfully distributed pink sauce to over 4,300 Walmart stores. However, once again, only weeks later, pink sauce was marked down for clearance in stores, initially selling for just $1.50 per bottle and eventually dropping to only 25 cents. And after so many changes, well, the final product hardly lived up to its name.
I mean, at this point, the only thing pink about the sauce is the label.
So, other than selling some pink sauce while still in testing phase, not taking accountability for damaged sauces, and fighting with the customer, what's the biggest reason why we put pink sauce on the list of greedy influencers? It's the disturbing fight she had with her very own partner, Dave's Gourmet, where Chef P revealed a side of her we could have never expected. See, in August 2023, Chef P unexpectedly started a GoFundMe campaign seeking $100,000, claiming she had been silenced and financially sabotaged by Dave's Gourmet. Spoiler, she wasn't. She alleged unpaid royalties, financial struggles, and a lack of transparency, sharing her hardships as a single mother facing eviction. Right now, I don't even have enough money to buy my kids food on my own. My mom is on disability and has been giving us $20 just to get by on a daily basis, Chef P explained. She also appeared unaware of the partnership she got into with Dave's Gourmet, arguing,
I own 100% of the Pink Sauce LLC. I did not sell my bread. I did not give away my bread. These people just took permission and abused it. What these people did to me was gave me an ambiguous piece of paper that you don't know if you turning left or you turning right, and they're just manipulating words.
Dave's Gourmet, however, refuted these claims, claiming the contract was clear and legally sound, even claiming Chef P and her attorney reviewed it together and negotiated for compensation as royalties. As for being financially sabotaged, well, Dave's Gourmet also denied this, citing over $161,000 in payments to Chef P since 2022, including advances and royalty adjustments. In one instance, they even paid in advance to prevent her eviction, all backed by bank statements. Dave's Gourmet also accused Chef P of violating their agreement, misusing funds, such as spending $10,000 on equipment, lavishly spending money on $800 gowns and $600 shoes from marketing-related content, and submitting personal expenses as business costs from Walmart, Aldi, Bravo, and Publix, even buying 4 pairs of shoes from Nike. It was clear they were not seeing eye to eye. At one point, Chef P even allegedly demanded $1,500,000 to continue selling pink sauce. However, their agreement was evergreen, meaning Dave's Gourmet can continue selling without extension payments. Eventually, the partnership dissolved, leaving both sides accusing the other of wrongdoing. Dave's Gourmet urged transparency and accountability, while Chef P teased new products despite public backlash, videos which now are deleted along with her old content. For now, it looks like the only thing Chef P is selling are recipes, a book, and merch. And pink sauce no longer appears on Dave Gourmet's website. If pink sauce was a cautionary tale, the stakes only get higher when these brands start targeting a younger audience. But what brand would stoop low enough to take advantage of the most vulnerable demographic? The fourth influencer product is one that's recently went viral, Lunchly. On September 19th, 2024, YouTubers MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul announced they would be releasing Lunchly, a Lunchable competitor brand for all-in-one meal packages. Naturally, given that these are 3 of the biggest creators on the internet, collectively sharing almost 400 million subscribers on YouTube, this collaboration was huge. The box contained pre-existing popular products such as Logan Paul and KSI's Prime Drink, and MrBeast Feastables chocolate bar, along with 3 varieties of meals: turkey with cheese and crackers, nachos with salsa and cheese, or pepperoni pizza. Now, this is by no means anything new, or nourishing for that matter, but in a press conference, Logan Paul claimed, "Our endgame has always been to not only provide high-quality products, but also healthier alternatives. It is time to provide a better option for those looking for a convenient, healthier choice." There were, of course, a number of fans who were excited about the release, bringing up nostalgia as a main point since the meals closely resemble the popular 90s meal, Lunchables. However, a lot of people found the healthier alternative marketing misleading, even calling the processed food poison. But the biggest point of concern? You have the platform to promote healthier foods for children that watch your videos. This is just pure greed now. Do better. Yes, it was clear. The target demographic was for kids. Pre-packaged because kids don't usually cook, small portions because kids don't need a lot of calories, and the simple idea that 3 YouTube giants were linked to the product, meaning millions of young fans would be more enticed to urge their parents to buy the product. While everyone, including kids, should have free will to decide what they like, when it comes to the marketing to kids, it can get dark. See, marketing to kids can influence unhealthy eating habits, as they are more likely to associate positive attitudes towards unhealthy foods, leading to more consumption and ultimately health issues. Furthermore, kids are not fully developed when it comes to critical thinking and impulse control. So, seeing a product being hyped by their favorite YouTubers can entice them easily. The backlash didn't end here. Many YouTubers called out these 3 giants. Legend of Zelda YouTuber Zeltic tweeted, "KSI, Logan Paul, and MrBeast make me feel ashamed to call myself a YouTuber. These 3 are already billionaires, or close to it, and still choose to leverage the massive influence they have over children to sell them cheap, ultra-processed Baker, actress, and YouTuber Rosanna Pansino tweeted, "A few years ago, I backed out of an 8-figure deal with Walmart because we couldn't make the food with as good of ingredients as I wanted at the scale needed. People like MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul absolutely could, and yet they chose to do this." But perhaps the most impactful criticism came from YouTuber and gamer Dan TDM, who wrote, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them." Dan TDM's tweet went viral with over 50 million views, escalating the backlash against Lunchly and, eventually, gaining the attention of Logan Paul, who responded, "I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brand. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better version you're upset? Then don't eat it." Ironically, some people pointed to allegations of lead contamination in Prime, one of the drinks featured in Lunchly meal kits, prompting a community note on Logan's post about Prime's lead allegations. Meanwhile, KSI uploaded an entire YouTube video titled, "Everybody Hates Us Right Now," where he responded to Dan TDM's criticism by repeating it in a mocking tone.
How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them.
This response did not go over well with viewers. Responding to criticism? No. Yapping? Yes. KSI's ego has grown so much to the point where he actually believes that he hasn't done anything wrong. KSI is such a man baby. Instead of taking criticism seriously and making a point in his case, he proceeded to mock, point fingers, and fake laugh like a child. MrBeast, in contrast, posted a more measured response, defending Lunchly by emphasizing its nutritional value compared to Lunchables. Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units and countless people eat it. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes, we use real cheese, they use cheese product, higher quality meat, etc. Commentators remained skeptical, questioning why he was marketing processed foods to children at all. As one user put it, agree that this is slightly less unhealthy, but it's like selling organic cigarettes to smokers and calling it a positive impact. But were Lunchly products at least living up to the better alternative promises? Well, as customers finally got their hands on the products, criticism only intensified. On October 20th, Dogpack404, who has previously released a series of videos raising several allegations against MrBeast and his ventures, posted this: "Opening a Lunchly every day until I find mold. Day 1. The picture featured a recently opened Lunchly pack showing an alarming amount of mold on the cheese. The same day, Rosanna Pansino also shared her findings in a Lunchly.
I was shooting a video comparing Lunchly to Lunchables, and I opened the first package, which was supposed to be good until December 8th, 2024. And we just got this one. This was fresh from the store this morning, and there is a ton of mold in there.
Given that both creators have previously had public disputes with Mr. Beast, some fans accuse them of lying to damage the product's reputation. You opened it and let it sit outside for content. I'd believe this, but it's you. Wouldn't be surprised if this was intentional. However, as the distribution kicked in and people started purchasing the product, more consumers came forward with similar complaints.
Why is there mold in the Lunchly?
New doubts over whether Lunchly is a suitable meal for kids also emerged, this time with experts at the forefront. Licensed family medicine physician Dr. Mike believes it's more of a marketing tactic, further explaining that Lunchly doesn't meet the USDA nutrition standards.
Less than 10% of calories should come from saturated fat. Lunchly turkey, 23% of calories come from saturated fat. Less than 10% of calories should come from added sugars. Lunchly turkey, 10.4 comes from added sugars. But this is where things get really interesting, and for some reason no one has pointed this out.
The worst part is, the meal kits are cutting calories by an extreme amount.
You see, USDA caloric guidelines say that a lunch meal for kids K through 8 should contain around 625 calories. Kids need energy to function, and calories give them that energy. Lunchly turkey contains only 230 calories, which would mean a kid would need to eat about 2.7 portions to consume enough calories. And if they did that, they'd get nearly 1,300 milligrams of sodium, which is also significantly over the USDA standard.
Sports medicine doctor Brian Suterer also called out Lunchly's marketing of electrolytes.
There is no reason that you should be consuming Gatorade, Liquid IV, Prime, Body Armor, any of these electrolyte drinks.
Further adding that these sports beverages aren't necessary for the average healthy person.
Do you really think that the same beverage that should be used to hydrate elite mixed martial art UFC fighters training and sweating for hours is what you should drink at lunch when you're not sweating? If you're thirsty, drink water. Eat a well-balanced diet of food. Your body will do a just fine job of managing its electrolytes.
Outside of high-intensity activity, the only other time Dr. Suterer recommends a sports beverage is if you have underlying health problems that cause you to excessively sweat. But he recommends reaching for a beverage with sodium. See, for every milligram of sodium you lose, you need to consume the same amount back to rehydrate.
But the specific thing with Prime is that it doesn't have the amount of sodium that you need for optimal hydration.
For context, Prime sits at 10 milligrams of sodium, in comparison to Gatorade at 270 milligrams. For a child at the playground during lunch, they likely aren't losing much sodium. But if they happen to participate in high-intensity activities like running for 1 hour, they could lose up to 900 milligrams of sodium.
Simply put, drinking Prime if you're excessively sweating to try and replenish your sodium is not going to adequately replenish your sodium compared to a different beverage.
Even though it's worth noting that the full meal kits range from 480 to 740 milligrams of sodium, it's still lacking in calories, as we noted earlier with Dr. Mike's video. As for the discussion on Lunchly being a healthier alternative, well, when it comes to the beverage aspect, Dr. Suterer advises,
if your choices are to either drink a Capri Sun or to drink a Prime, it's probably better to drink a Prime. But ideally, I'd rather you drink neither of them and drink a water.
With every new discovery, it becomes clear that the three YouTube giants likely aren't looking out for the best interests of the young consumers. But this wouldn't be the first time a YouTuber has targeted kids, and it wouldn't be the worst situation either. Introducing the fifth and last influencer product, Financial Freedom Movement. This one dates back to February 2020. Logan's younger brother, Jake Paul, wanted to share his expertise by packaging it into an online course at just $19.99 a month. The course was supposed to teach students how to build successful careers using social media and the internet and was targeted towards millennials and Gen Z audiences. Jake promised to feature curated content from social media influencers and business entrepreneurs. Ahead of the launch, Jake expressed his motivation behind the financial freedom movement. If you're confused on what the event is tomorrow, basically, I'm sick of our education system and how it's teaching kids zero real-life skills for them to secure their own future. I'm creating a movement for everyone who wants to take life into their own hands and learn real-life skills from actual professionals. He also shared his personal frustration with traditional schooling, which he claimed served as his inspiration. I was the kid in class who was the smartest, but wouldn't apply myself because I thought I was so stupid to be sitting there, but it's all we are taught. I'm just not letting it go on anymore without doing something about it. When asked about why he was the right person to teach financial freedom, he claimed, "If they took away my YouTube channel, if they took away everything, I know I would still be a millionaire because of the things I've learned. I think the biggest thing is there's no one out there. A lot of the guys who do this shit are old and they're like 30 and above, and there's no one who has just recently garnished a ton of success and that is teaching those tips now, because the world we live in changes so fast, and I've done and I'm going through it now." Jake's exaggerated promises raised some eyebrows. People argued that while making his bold claims, Jake failed to argue the significant role of luck and privilege involved in online success.
It's almost like base level, like they don't talk about like privilege or luck.
And as mom blogger Lauren Strapagiel put it, for every Jake Paul in the world, there are thousands of others trying to be him, and most of them will not make it. On the welcome letter that every website visitor received, Jake stated, "They tell us to go to college, get a job, retire at 65. How's that working out for us? There's over $1 trillion in student loan debt, and people with outdated education who can't even get a job for the student loans they took out that now haunt them for life. Our generation is better than this. We deserve better. So what's the solution?" However, when it came to Jake's solution, the internet was skeptical. Quit school, quit your job is just straight up something cults tell you to do. This is uncomfortable for so many reasons. It's the fact he dropped out of high school but tells 12-year-olds college is useless. Like, buddy, you didn't even make it to college. Yet Jake wasn't just addressing his sales pitch to kids. To the internet's horror, on the homepage of the official website, there was a separate section titled Letter to Parent. The letter encouraged the parents to allow their kids to take the course and buy the program for them, claiming it was an investment in their kids' future.
Like, Jake, come on, man. It's like he knows how stupid it sounds, and he knows his fans are too young to afford this themselves, right? So he has to like guilt these poor parents into like buying this stupid shit for their kid, right?
And it wasn't as simple as targeting parents because they have money. There was a clear use of emotional manipulation. Yes, Jake preyed on parents' fears of their child being left behind in the workforce by making statements such as, outdated degree, education that is no longer relevant in the current economic workforce, technology advancements accelerating at 1,000 times the speed. Most college graduates nowadays are jobless. Further adding onto the fear by bringing up future uncertainties. And it's only going to get worse. Once robotics, artificial intelligence, and other technology advancements disrupt workforce even more, there will be even fewer jobs available for your child. That's why it is critical as a parent you break away from only having your child's future rest on your own morals of doing things. While AI is definitely a valid concern for the future, the problem is, many argued Jake's online course wasn't exactly worth the value. See, several YouTubers who purchased Jake's courses criticized it for offering allegedly superficial advice that could be found through simple Google searches.
Oh Lord, I'm starting to get worried that this is just a... On the whiteboard, it says financial freedom. All right, so on demand, you can do Uber, Lyft, TaskRabbit, food delivery, mowing lawns, pool cleaning, babysitting, dog walking. Are you literally teaching this? Skill-based, chef, artist, graphic designer, personal trainer, sports. Do you pay $500 a year for this?
Among those who took the course was Graham Stephan, a 34-year-old real estate investor and YouTuber who became a millionaire by the age of 26. And after spending hours watching the content Jake's program offered, he couldn't say the young Paul brother was offering anything innovative or even new.
And for the first 19 minutes, I thought it was kind of decent. But it did throw me off a little bit to hear this little snippet right here.
I think the biggest thing I want to point out is like how much of this information in this that they have access to, you can't Google it.
Yeah.
You don't talk about this stuff anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, the roadmap's nowhere except for inside of this.
See, when it comes to selling information, coming from someone who sells information, I'll be the first to admit there are not any secrets out there. The information is already all out there if you want to put in your time and do your own research.
And while Stefan had nothing against selling information as someone who did that himself, it was the way Jake sold the information that struck the YouTuber as seedy and misleading.
At least just be upfront about what to expect and then make sure to deliver on that. But this course for me, unfortunately, did neither.
YouTube icon PewDiePie also weighed in, criticizing Jake Paul for what he saw as a shallow money-making scheme.
Jake Paul is the kind of celebrity that doesn't have any real value, so all they do is they project this image of wealth, and now he's monetizing that to get more money. It's like he's stuck in this loop where he has to pretend that it's all about money to make more money. But in reality, you could replace Jake Paul with anything or anyone. It wouldn't make a difference. He's literally empty and no one.
Later that year, in 2020, the financial freedom movement was discontinued, likely due to the heavy backlash. Since then, Jake Paul has shifted his focus to other ventures, including a boxing career, and launched a men's personal care brand, and doesn't seem to be marketing to kids anymore. If these controversial influencer products have taught us anything, it's that we as consumers should approach influencer products with a critical eye. After all, they don't always have your best interests at heart. Their success is built on your trust, and more significantly, your wallet. Before you go, are you ready to bring this magical garden to life and discover adorable animals in Midas Merge? Click the link in the description or scan the QR code to get started.